Please, please. I know where John Palmer is. The man who killed Sam Selmer. He's staying at the Rembrandt Hotel, North Melbourne, room 23. I can't tell you that. Look, I'm not a crank, it's the truth.
Hey, you.
Hold it.
You're not going to like it. There's something in here you should read. Yeah.
We've already seen it.
Well, how's your mother?
Yes, and the police have been.
Was John here?
No, they want to talk to us about whether we'd seen him or not.
And have you?
No. Well, I haven't, but Mum has.
Well, when? I mean, what in the hell is going on here?
Mum's lying down. She's pretty upset.
Oh, she's upset.
She didn't want to tell them, but they sort of got it out of her.
Oh, where did he meet her?
He waited for her at the market.
Don't know what he thinks he's up to. They reckon a guilty man gives himself away by acting guilty, and he sure fits the bill.
I still can't believe it.
As long as he's not stupid enough to come back here.
Did you see that car across the street? I'm sure it's the police.
Oh, which one?
The one over there with the two men in it.
I just wish he'd give himself up. Well, then they'd find out that he didn't do it, wouldn't they?
No, I'm sorry, you two. It's not going to help things die down for the wedding.
You don't have to worry about us. John's the one you have to worry about. I couldn't think of anything else to do. When the cops saw me, I just ran.
You're right. You've made things worse. Now listen, I'm going to give you the address of some friends of mine.
Who?
Just friends, that's all you need to know. I want you to go there and stay there until I arrive, which will probably be on the first plane in the morning.
What will I tell them?
You don't have to tell them anything, and they won't ask any questions. Just stay there. And somehow or another, I really don't know why I'm doing this, but somehow or another I'll get you out of there, all right?
What can I say?
You don't have to say anything, just go to, yes, here we are. 11 Beach Street, East Bentley. Got that?
11 Beach Street, East Bentley.
That's right. And stay there, and I'll see you first thing in the morning, okay?
Okay. And thanks, Aunt Fiona.
Any time. I know you don't want me to go on about it, so I'll only say it once, but I did tell you, didn't I? Oh, there, I've said it. Now, the thing to concentrate on is getting you back to Sydney. I've hired a car. We'll drive back.
Won't there be roadblocks or something?
Oh, you're not exactly Al Capone, darling. Well, I don't expect to be overwhelmed with thanks, but a word or two would be nice.
I'm sorry. I just can't work out who would have dobbed me in.
Who knew where you were? Who saw you?
Mum, Bill Todd.
Who knew where you were staying?
Well, Bill, but he wouldn't have.
Why not?
Because we've been mates for years. Why would he?
Oh, it fits, doesn't it? I mean, Bill waits for you to ring up and tell him where you are, and then 2 minutes later, bingo, the cops turn up.
No, Bill wouldn't have. I know him.
So who do you think it was? Your mother? Which leaves?
The man at the hotel.
Oh, no. Look, even if he did read the police lists or something, he'd never have recognised you. You don't look like John Palmer now. Remember? You're Scott Edwards.
Oh, I don't know who it was.
Your mate, Bill Todd.
No, he wouldn't have done it. He just hasn't got any reason.
Did you see this in the paper about John Palmer?
Yeah, of course I did.
Fancy him changing his appearance like that. His haircut and things.
Wouldn't you try and make yourself look a bit different?
I only asked if you'd read it.
Yeah, and I said I did.
He was here, wasn't he?
Who?
John.
Oh, come off it.
2 nights ago.
No.
I heard his voice.
Oh, you couldn't have.
Billy, I heard him talking to you.
But he wasn't here.
Well, I heard someone.
Okay, you heard someone, but it wasn't John. Well, what's wrong now?
I don't like the way you're being so secretive. There's something you haven't told me, isn't there?
Okay, if you must know, the guy that was here was Andrew Blaxland. He's a mate of mine from work.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
Well, what are you talking about?
Before that, you've never explained to me why I had to tell people you were here when you weren't. When Sam Selmer got killed. Billy, I don't like being asked to tell lies.
Look, it's no big deal. The important thing is that I wasn't at the factory. And I don't want people to think that I could have been. So what is so complicated about that?
But you've never ever told me where you were.
Well, there's nothing to worry about. You just have to trust me, that's all. I don't want to talk about it. As far as I'm concerned, that is it.
Billy,
There you are. Made the papers again?
Oh. Oh. That's not too bad, actually, as far as pictures go.
You don't read a mention.
That would be asking too much, to have my face and my name in the same paper. Have you seen this, darling?
No.
Did you want to?
Not really.
Oh, it's a photo of me at that thing I went to the other night.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, I thought it was quite nice.
Oh, come on, Mum. You look like one of those sort of hopeless hangers-oners trying to edge your way into the limelight.
It's obvious that you're in a fairly rotten mood this morning, but there's no need to take it out on everybody else, all right?
Is it because of Scott?
I do think you're a bit rude, don't you? I don't understand why, when you get in a bad mood, you have to take it out at home. It wouldn't have hurt to have shown a little interest in the photo.
What do you expect? She wasn't in it.
This is between Angela and me, Wayne.
Excuse me for breathing.
Will you close the door, please? Why did you tell me what's bothering you, eh? Come on.
I've never...
Never what?
I've never been so unhappy.
What's going on in there?
Search me. I tried to be sociable and got the evil eye.
I suppose your father's pandering to her again.
When doesn't he?
Right.
Despite what you say, I still like him.
I used to.
No, the trouble is you still do.
I thought he was different.
Well, I think he is.
Oh, how can he be? I mean, when he humiliated me like that. He knew she was pregnant the other night on the beach.
I know it sounds corny, but we all make mistakes. At least Scott seems willing to accept the responsibility for his.
It doesn't make me feel any better.
Well, it should, if you think about it. Right?
Maybe.
Well, I've got some things to attend to.
You won't tell Mum, will you?
Not if you don't want me to.
Or Wayne?
No, won't tell Wayne.
Finished?
Yes, Wayne?
Can I have $50?
What for?
There's a lunch on at the yacht club.
What about your own money?
It ran out.
It always seems to run out. You're earning quite a reasonable salary. What happens to it?
If it was a reasonable salary, it wouldn't run out, would it?
Yes, well, I suggest you...
Look, Dad, I want some money, not a lecture. Now, can I have $50 or can't I?
No. Wayne, you and Angela seem to have a friendly sparring relationship, but sometimes your timing's lousy.
She can take it.
Not when she's upset.
All right. In future, I'll check to see if she's upset before I spar with her.
That is not what I meant.
Forget it.
Oh, what a drive. Oh, last haul from Liverpool, that's the killer. Anything?
No, not much. There's a bit on page 6, but it's only a few lines and there's no picture.
Yeah. What does it say?
Crowbar killer spotted. Police in Melbourne say that a man sought for questioning in connection with the brutal murder of a factory manager was chased through several streets before he managed to escape. Police followed the man over several backyard fences before losing him in a crowded street. That's about it. They don't mention my name.
Oh, well, you're small fry up here.
What happened?
Oh, nothing much, just a small lack of cash.
Bit of a stumbling block. Do you mind?
I asked Dad for some money. Naturally, he said no.
Don't say it like that.
Well, you'd think I was still at school and not allowed to have any more pocket money. Get some sort of kick out of it.
Oh, come on.
Well, he must. Otherwise, he'd give me Granddad's trust fund money. I mean, it is supposed to be mine.
Yes, when you're 25.
If I'm going to blow it, I'll blow it. 2 years isn't going to make any difference.
Pass me my bag.
I mean, I'm not exactly stupid. I know it's a lot of money. And I know Granddad spent his whole life making it.
How much do you want?
100.
100?
Just in case.
You must be hungry. Here you are.
Thanks, Mom.
Now interrupt for a minute.
I haven't got long.
I think it's time we talked about Wayne's trust fund. What does that mean? You don't want to talk about it?
No, it's just that it's typical of Wayne to have maneuvered you into taking up his case.
He didn't maneuver me into anything. I think you're keeping the reins too tight on him. You treat him like a schoolboy, makes him look silly in front of his friends.
In my opinion, he's not far from a schoolboy. He's immature. If he gets his hands on that money, it won't last 2 minutes. He'll fritter it away.
You don't know that.
He has no concept of work or the value of anything, and until he does, I keep control of the family finances.
Meaning my opinion doesn't count?
I didn't say that. I respect your opinion, but you're no businesswoman.
I was enough of a businesswoman to get us where we are today. Perhaps you'd care to remember that sometime.
What about the other one?
Couldn't find anything.
Oh, well, good. The less publicity, the better. Well, aren't you feeling relieved?
I suppose so.
Oh, talk about enthusiastic.
I think I'll turn in.
Any conclusions?
Look, I don't know.
Well, I was only asking.
Look, it's going around my head. Just doesn't make sense. My brain feels like someone hit it with an egg beater. I reckon I need a good night's sleep.
Don't we all?
If I can get to sleep.
Good night.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
There's nothing on television. Can I get you one?
No, thank you.
It's freeze-out Gordon time, is it?
Don't be silly. I'm trying to write a letter.
I'm sorry about this morning.
Are you?
I do credit you for a lot of our success.
So you should.
I I thought with the kids out, we could have a bit of time together. We don't seem to talk much lately.
I'm never going to get this finished if I stay here. I'm going up to the room.
I said talk. I meant talk. I've been thinking about Mumbai a lot lately.
I think you spend half the time there, in your head.
I wonder how things would have turned out if we'd never left.
I knew it.
What?
As soon as you get into one of these let's talk moods, you always end up wondering that.
It's fair enough, isn't it?
Oh, you're a country boy at heart, aren't you?
I guess I am.
We wouldn't have any of this if we'd stayed.
No.
What?
Oh, I was remembering how you looked that first day at Manly Terrace, sitting there on the steps holding Angela, trying to stop her crying.
You always have to spoil it, don't you? This letter's urgent. I'll see you in the morning.
And that's what's been going round and round in my head. I remember Bill saying something about Sam being on the phone when he was attacked. I didn't take any notice at first because when I got to Sam's office, he was lying on the ground and the phone was off the hook. There's only one way Bill could have known. And that's if he was there when Sam was on the phone. And if Sam was on the phone when he was attacked, then Bill must have been the attacker.
Yeah, well, it doesn't mention any of that in these.
And if it wasn't in the papers, I don't reckon it would have been on TV. Damn.
Well, what's wrong?
I just thought of another way. The police could have told him.
Or Mrs. Self could have told them. Or maybe it was in a newspaper clipping that I haven't already got. Or maybe it was on TV. I mean, who knows? But I'd say you're right. Look, when you went down to Melbourne, you thought you were going down to your best mate. How did you reach the point where you thought he could be a murderer?
How?
Well, I'm asking you. All right. Now, was Bill mad at Sam Selma, too?
More than me.
Right. And has he got a bad temper?
I saw him go up once. It was like a volcano. He was really weird with me when I was down there. The way he looked at me. Something in his voice. It wasn't because of the cops. That wouldn't worry him.
Yeah, well, I'd say he was as guilty as hell. The last thing he wanted was you nosing around. I mean, that's why I dobbed you in.
I thought he was my mate.
Oh, come on, darling. He's running scared. Unfortunately, you haven't got a leg to stand on.
Susan.
Supposition. What?
If they're getting married, they can't. I've got to do something about it. It's engaged. Who the hell would be calling him this time of the morning?
Yeah, I don't care if it is cheaper. It's a stupid time to ring. Look, at 6:30 in the morning, I'm not in the mood for a lecture on getting up early. Yes, the wedding time. Why shouldn't it be? Oh, didn't think it'd make the Brisbane papers. Huh? It's your granddad. He wants to know if the wedding's still on. He read in the papers about John turning up. You want to talk to him?
I'll put the kettle on.
Dad? Yeah, look, you'll be down here today. No, I'm not trying to put you off. We'll talk about it when you arrive, yeah? Yeah, goodbye. Too honest for my own good. Should have told him it was off and then I wouldn't have to put up with him. How was work?
Oh, I'd help notice. I nice shift for a week.
I'll murder him.
I'll get it. It'll teach you to hang up on him. Make the tea when it's ready. You're not very popular, Grandad.
It's John, Susie.
What do you want?
I'm glad it was you who answered. I've got something important to tell you. Is anyone else up?
I said, what do you want?
I want you to call off the wedding.
What?
I want you to call off the wedding. Are you there?
You've gone around the bend.
Susie, you've got to listen to me.
You're not making any sense. Why on earth should I call off the wedding?
I know you're not going to like it. But I know it was Bill who dobbed me into the cops the other day. And I know why he did it. He's trying to cover up for what he did because he killed Sam Selma. Did you hear me? I said he killed Sam. You mustn't marry him.
Go away.
I'm serious, Susie. Promise you won't marry him.
I said go away and leave us all alone.
What's happened?
Nothing.
What did he say?
It wasn't Grandad. I've got to go out.
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I had to get out. There's no way I could tell Dad.
Well, it looks like the poor guy must be pretty desperate, having to make up stories like that to get him off the hook.
What if he starts spreading them around?
Well, even if he does, he hasn't got any proof. Well, you know, we know that they're not true. I mean, just because he's gone off his nut a bit, we're not going to let it spoil the wedding. And I think it wouldn't be a good idea if you told anybody about what he said. I mean, there's no point in spreading the stories around for him, is there?
No, you're right.
And with a bit of luck, he'll invent something about somebody else.
I hope so.
So do I.
You know, forget sons and daughters. This should be called brothers and sisters. Have you noticed how Susie doesn't trust John, Angela doesn't trust Wayne, and Angela and John? Now, that's just weird. If you're enjoying these trips back to our past, check out 5text page 391, because I'd love to know what you think. What do you remember of Sons and Daughters from last time round? Have you seen the actors in other Aussie soaps? Or maybe you'd like to confess to having a few dresses like Beryl's in the back of your wardrobe. Maybe not. And don't forget to watch tomorrow at 1:30.